Back in the 1950s, there was a tremendous spirit of optimism in this country. They come out of World War II. We had people now that were getting into the middle class, and people were looking to buy automobiles. People wanted the biggest car, the most powerful car, the car with the glitziest paint job and chrome and things like that. That reflected where we were mentally in this country.
At that time, in the leadership of Harley Earl at General Motors, Virgil Exner at Chrysler, and these guys going head to head with their design teams and the imaginations and the leeway and the latitude they were given, it was a phenomenal time. My collection is centered around, while there's some cars that are not 58s, but the center of the collection is around the 58 model year.
Out of all these cars, there's only one with a fixed roof. They're all convertibles.
We're drop-top people, like to be outside, like to drive outside with the top down. The 58 Chevrolet Impala is the best one I've ever seen. I love the color, the multicolor interior. It's a multiple award winner.
The power plant in this 1958 is also noteworthy. It's the 348, which eventually became the 409. General Motors' entire lineup in 1958 were one-year-only designs, and the Chevy Impala, boy, it was an important car for Chevrolet. If you want to talk about a real 1-2 punch in David's collection, how about both a 1957 and a 1958 Pontiac Bonneville convertible?
Both of which I believe to be best of best anywhere. Great restorations. Car has been really, really well maintained and authenticated by judges in most parts of the country.
You take a look at those cars today with the amount of chrome and just the outrageous way that those accessories and those options are gathered together, it takes your breath away.
1951 Hudson a few years ago was a car that I had not intended to buy. I was immediately attracted to the car because of its restoration and because of the car that it is.
That was a performance car. It featured the largest and most powerful 6-cylinder engine in the whole world. And these cars made 170 horsepower, which in 1951 was a bunch.
And it really kind of fits our style and fits this collection. And so we ended up purchasing the car. I've enjoyed it, driven it. It's a heck of a car.
David's 1958 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham is a touchstone with a period in General Motors history when the GM Motorama was the most extravagant, most elegant, most exciting automobile expo in the whole world.
The Cadillac mark itself was a symbol of wealth, one that people of the 50s aspired to own. This car has its original Infiniti kit. The condition of the car is immaculate, really great restoration. All the components, all the pieces are there. It's a really spectacular automobile.
Back in the late 1950s, Chrysler / DeSoto pulling out all the stops to try to stay alive. Virgil Exner and his forward-look design team at Chrysler wanted the most bodacious, most opulent, most eye-catching design they could come up with to try to pump a little life into the DeSoto. And this 58 DeSoto definitely is a reflection of that.
The DeSotos in our collection are very special. The different colors, both the interior, exterior, are just, you don't see it today. They're fun to look at, they're fun to drive, they're fun to be around. The excellence of design and the creativity behind all that.
This 1959 DeSoto Firesweep convertible is so choice. These cars had that 361 cubic inch wedge head engine that made 295 horsepower, loaded with options, power everything, power top, power steering, power windows, power brakes. Another thing about the Firesweep convertible, not many were built. It was a limited production car, but this one is particularly low mileage, just over 3,600 miles.
Chrysler 300E is a key piece of this collection. It's a beautiful car that's 1 year, very limited production, and it's the best one I've ever seen. And I've looked for one for a long time and found this one and really happy to own it.
1959 was when they went from the Hemi engines, from the previous letter cars, to the wedge head engines, but they did not lose an iota of speed and performance.
The 54 Skylark, when you see the car and you see the color, you get excited about it. At least I do. The interior of the car, the design, the lines of the car are just, from my perspective, spectacular.
That was a car that was helping to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Buick, and Harley Earl and his design team at General Motors pulled out all the stops. These cars are rare, and David's an award winner with the AACA, also winning a Baumgartner Award. So you know it is quality through and through.
The way we work for maintenance here on this collection is we have a curator that works tirelessly to maintain, to ensure that the cars are given the utmost care.
You can tell that these automobiles are getting a lot of love here because of their surroundings, and it reflects just where, his love for the automobile lies. Many of these cars have received top-notch awards from the Antique Automobile Club of America, probably one of the most prestigious organizations that can evaluate and can judge just about any automobile.
Those awards and that judging authenticates the car. It ensures that the car is a matching numbers car, the car has been cared for, the equipment is original or new old stock, and it's been managed and kept as it came from the factory. We're including all the awards and the trophies that these cars have won. I think it's very important that the new owners of these cars have all the history, know the history, and we're going to be in a position where any buyer that wants to call us and talk about history and care and the car itself, we're happy to do that in the foreseeable future. We're just the caretaker for a short period of time. These designs, I think, are timeless, and I think they'll last a very, very long time.